Thank you for attending the third Cannabis Investor Webcast. I would like to thank our platinum sponsors, Lexaria Corporation and Viridian Capital and Research. Please view the Viridian Cannabis Industry Report, which can be found on our website or at viridiancr.com. Please type questions for the presenter in the questions box. Our speaker today is Trent Woloveck, COO of American Cannabis Company. Trent, I will now make you a presenter and turn the call over to you.
So good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining American Cannabis Company. I am Trent Woloveck, the Chief Operating Officer of American Cannabis Company. We are traded on the OTCQB under the ticker symbol AMMJ. We are a fully reported public company. Please acknowledge the safe harbor slide. For those of you who are not familiar or want to refresh, we are American Cannabis. We are a fully integrated business providing full-service consulting firm and provider of proprietary and preferred products specific to the cannabis industry. So what has ACC been up to since 2014? Initially, we entered into a merger agreement with a publicly traded company named Brazil Interactive Media. For a while, we traded under the ticker symbol BIMI. We were able to overtake this shell of a company and move forward in removing the operating entity in wholly and moving forward with operating under American Cannabis Company. Soon thereafter, on June 11th, we were able to bring to market our first proprietary product called the Satchel. I will get into a little bit more detail on what the Satchel was, but within the first week of launching the product, we were able to sell 500,000 bags, exit bags, here in the Colorado market. Next, we were able to ship the Cultivation Cube. The Cultivation Cube is a turnkey solution ready to roll once you have a license in hand and being able to then bring product to market as quick as possible. We were able to come to agreement with Dixie Elixir to have 4 of those within their showroom in operations here in Denver, Colorado. Next, on September 25th, Sohum Living Soil was launched, and we agreed to a manufacturing situation with our producer now of Sohum Living Soil here in the U.S., coast of Maine. We are now in producing that soil as well as testing it and ready to bring to market here within the U.S. Currently, Organigram, which is a publicly traded company and one of 14 licensees in the country of Canada, is using this soil, and we are able to actually pass testing on our first try with them and get it eco-certified up in the country of Canada, which was very exciting both for Organigram and us alongside with them. Next, on September 29th, we officially consummated the merger, and American Cannabis Company now fully owns and operates on the publicly traded market. We then, on October 10th, received a name change and our ticker change to AMMJ. Following the name change, we were able to be awarded 6 licenses. 2 of our clients, one client down in southern Nevada was actually able to receive dispensing, cultivation, and refining in Clark County. They were one of 8 groups to receive both local and state approval, and then they were also awarded the only dispensary in Nye County. Our group up in Reno was able to achieve licensing for both cultivation and refining in Spark County. On November 13th, we filed our first separate 10Q under American Cannabis Company. Great quarter for us. We are very excited about our revenue of $482,000 specific to the cannabis space, and we are one of the only operating entities within the space to turn a profit for the quarter. Next, on November 25th, we appointed our first outside board member, Trip Kieber, who is an industry mogul and really able to not only help us drive relationships within the space, but able to provide us guidance as a small business owner and operator and bring and leverage that expertise to the table as we have strategic discussions within our executive management team. The next one, on December 1st, our client won one of only 2 licenses awarded by the state of Minnesota. And what made us most proud is within the group, we actually were the top score and rated company throughout the entire process. Switching into our now business and executing on our exciting business model. In Q3, we were able to achieve significant growth year over year, really stemming from both successes on the services side of the house and then additional headcount because we are best in class in being able to execute on our successes in other markets. We've really been able to drive both referral business and just additional lead generation through our website, and this has really allowed us to increase our clients and our headcount of our business to continue to meet and exceed those demands of an expanding marketplace here within the U.S. and internationally as well. As you can see, we were able to achieve a great gross margin, which transitioned into a 16% profit in the first quarter filing as a public company. We're extremely excited about the position that we are in financially and in executing our business model, and we're very excited to see and expand with what the market is going to continue to produce moving forward. So breaking out our Q3 sales mix. So since we operate in 2 vertically integrated businesses, one on being the services side, the other being on the product side, we really want to see as a business how we're executing in both business aspects. And as you can see, the majority of the sales mix in Q3 of 2013 resulted around consulting, and that's really now transitioned from that as we built out both our proprietary and preferred products division. We're able to now transition into selling and obtaining these licenses, therefore executing and selling products through that channel as well. You can see that we went from a 19% product mix on the product side to a 35% product mix. Moving forward, as we continue to win these licenses and transition into the build-out and then ongoing operations of those agreements, we'll be able to continue to expand the product side of our business, and you'll really see that shift to about 50 to 60% of our total revenue, which is extremely exciting, which will then generate continuous and reoccurring revenue. So to provide a little bit of an update around our 3 proprietary products that we've been able to bring to market for 2014. The Cultivation Cube is a fully integrated turnkey solution. It's a recycled shipping container that once you obtain your license, you're able to then bring to market both from a speed to market aspect as well as securing and obtaining your facility, building that out quick to establish your brand, and then finally being able to cultivate and scale up in order to meet the demand that is going to be continuing to expand in those markets. For the Cultivation Cube, the most exciting aspect that we see when we talk to individuals within the space, within 1,000 square foot footprint of these cultivation facilities, we're able to fit an additional 18 cultivation lights. What this equates to in dollars terms is approximately $250,000 of additional revenue for that business. That being said, you're able to achieve a much quicker ROI on your CapEx investment as you build out your facilities. Next product that we brought to market was Sohum Living Soils. So what the Sohum Living Soil is, it's 100% organic, fully amended growing medium. And so with that, we're able to reduce the dependency of doing nutrient mix and being able to really depend on a select few that can understand and know what's needed. Also, we're able to recognize savings of up to 80% versus some other nutrient regimens that are needed when cultivating cannabis. So what we're really excited about is being able to have the national footprint from a soil and cultivation standpoint, not only here within the U.S. at a commercial regulated state, but up in Canada, as I alluded to earlier, with Organogram. And then finally, the satchel, which is a child-resistant exit package. This has been implemented into law here in Colorado. Moving forward, we expect a lot of the markets, if not all of the markets, to implement these same regulations and rules at a dispensary. And so not only coupled with meeting those requirements, the other plus is us being able to leverage with the dispensary the branding aspect of the satchel. So a lot of, here in Colorado, a lot of these dispensaries have chosen to print on these bags, and now there are people and clients and patients of the state of Colorado are not viewing these as something that they have to purchase in order to exit the facility. They're now purchasing these items as gifts for the Christmas holidays and so on and so forth. So that's been very, very exciting to bring this product to market as we identified gaps within the industry. The next one, I just wanted to dive in a little bit deeper into the consulting revenue generated by each phase for Q3. So as we look at the business model from ACC's perspective, we really break it down by phase. And so when looking at planning and application, we had 6 active clients trying to obtain 14 licenses. Within this planning and application phase during Q3, we had 3 clients which obtained 7 licenses. And so all 3 of our clients obtained licenses during that time, which was very, very exciting. And we actually won 7 of 8 licenses that we have applied for. We are still awaiting decision. We have 3 clients in the state of Illinois trying to obtain 5 cultivation and processing licenses and then 1 dispensary license. And we expect to have those announced here, hopefully by the end of 2014, so we can get the ball rolling there. As we then transition to the application awardance, we then bring to life what we promised the state and our clients promised the state. And so we've been able to now win licenses and transition into the design and build out phases for all 3 of those clients, plus bringing to life now our application that we won in Massachusetts. And so really now we're designing and starting to generate revenue from product sales and bringing forth and being able to deliver, most importantly, products to these patients of each of these states. And then we also have, as you can see at the bottom, agreed contracts with our clients in Illinois to be able to deliver the build-out phase as well. And then with the expectation of bringing them into full operational mode and delivering medical-grade cannabis to each facility and the patients of that state. So what ACC and where do we come from? And then where are we going to be moving into 2015? So Corey and Ellis are 2 co-founders and really focusing on the services side. Transitioned from being owners and operators here in Colorado from 2009 to early 2013, and then expanding and selling that business and then expanding into the consulting role here in the state of Colorado, as well as winning and obtaining, helping and winning, obtaining 1 of 4 licenses in the state of Connecticut. Transitioning then into 2014, we are now in 10 states and then one of 14 national producers with 14 clients. I think the most important call out here is that ACC has made the strategic decision to partner with the top groups in each of these markets in ensuring success of those businesses and then being able to deliver the best possible product. And in each of these states, as we see a progressive move towards merit-based application and select few owners and operators, it's really important and very expensive to break into these markets before you even have an application. And so the requirements to do so is very, very, very strict. And then hopefully into 2014, we'll see the expansion of a program towards the end of the year within Pennsylvania and Maryland. So what's on deck for 2015? Really, our focus is going to be expanding our footprint. As everybody is aware of, or possibly not, the state of Oregon, Alaska, and then the Washington, D.C. have all passed adult use in those states. So we're excited about helping businesses get started there, as well as legislation looking to be passed in a lot of these additional states to really clear up and pave the way for programs moving forward in each of these states. Quick recap of the financials and the capitalization structure of the business. American Cannabis Company is traded on the OTCQB. We have approximately 40.3 million shares outstanding, 84% of which are owned by management and the large investor group. And so we're all under lockup and leak out moving into 2015 as well. So really, why invest in ACC? Why are we best positioned in order to capitalize on the growth and expansion of this industry? As everybody knows, it's a rapidly expanding market. We expect approximately $1.7 billion of spend in licensing businesses over the next 18 months. ACC is in a unique position to capture the majority of that spend, both with our clients and new license winners. And then really, we're executing on our business model. We have both domestic and international exposure for the cannabis industry. Next, the ability to invest in the plant without actually touching it. This allows us and allows the investors to be involved in all aspects of the industry without actually compromising federal law. We do everything either fee for service or purchase through ancillary products, and this puts us in a unique position to not compromise or look at losing any aspect of our business. Next, be able to invest in a business with an existing pipeline and existing wins under our belt. We have current contracts, as I alluded to, in 10 markets, as well as one of 14 national producers. We've assisted in winning one of 4 licenses in Connecticut, what is now one of 14 in Massachusetts. We're excited about being one of 2 owners and operators, assisting in them executing on their business plan in Minnesota, being one of 2 licensees up there. Looking forward to Illinois. Soon we'll be seeing hopefully regulations for both the state of New York as well as down in Florida, and looking to going out and continuing our success in those markets. And then, as I alluded to a little bit earlier, since we are a publicly traded entity, it is a fee-for-service process and contract throughout the entire life cycle of our client's business, being able to be with them through inception all the way to the bank. And then finally, we have an extensive product portfolio, both in preferred partnerships with vendors and then our own proprietary products. We have over 500 products within our GPO, really everything that's needed in order to bring to life your business, as well as being able to service it throughout ongoing operations. This allows us to generate a reoccurring revenue model, which then allows us to continue to expand our business in other aspects of proprietary products. We are the manufacturer in bringing to market the cultivation cube, the satchel, and then finally the Sohum Living Soils. We're able to provide leasing options for the cultivation cube, and this allows us to generate above market rates from that aspect in helping our clients get up and running. And then finally, the ability to sell best-in-class equipment to our clients, whether that's us bringing them to market or new technologies that will continue to be executed on from our aspect. So again, a unique position in executing on a business plan in the cannabis space allows ACC to be good stewards and really the bellwether of the industry moving forward. As you guys know, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to bring them to bear on this webcast, and or feel free to reach out to me moving forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Trent. Give me a couple of seconds to queue up questions.
Not a problem.
The first question, Trent, is AMMJ recently signed an agreement with a Buffett company, Cubic Design. Can you disclose the nature of their service?
Sure. So the agreement we executed on was Cubic Designs, and what they do is specifically allowing the cultivation individual facility to either develop what is a second story within their building, or really for us, it's being able to leverage with our cultivation cube. And so what they were looking for was really a subject matter expert to be able to help them deliver what is best-in-class service that we bring to the table.
This next question has several parts to it, Trent.
Okay.
So I know you are diversifying from consulting to products, but as you scale, will your 16% margins be sustainable? Especially since you're going to products, since you're expanding the products, and products has a lower margin, a much lower margin than consulting.
So to answer the question, we had a 44% margin as an overall business. Our margin on the product side was yes, about 18%, and then our consulting side is approximately 50%. And so moving forward, we're establishing that channel. And so yes, we would expect to take a little bit of hit from a margins perspective, but really being able to generate volume within the channel will allow us to get a better cost and maintain that expected margin from a products perspective between 30 and 40%.
The next question, Trent, in your cultivation cube, what mode of lighting is incorporated?
So our preferred methodology of lighting within the cultivation cube right now is a 1,000-watt HPS double-ended e-Papillon light. That is what it comes outfitted with in 16 for the 40-foot cube.
Next question. Have you been selling satchels since the initial 500,000 units?
So yes, we've been able to bring to market the satchel. We are continuing to expand the supply chain, but yes, we've been able to deliver product into the marketplace here in Colorado and have been receiving great feedback from all of the dispensaries, as well as all of the patients and customers that are being able to purchase the satchel.
Next question. You stated invest in the plant without touching it, which seems to be very attractive for sideline investors because they're unsure of the legislation. But as the legislation rolls out more favorably, do you intend to touch the plant?
So as we move forward as a business plan, we're always looking at other opportunities that would be accretive to our shareholder and the value of the business. So when time comes and once legislation is in place, we will absolutely be exploring that opportunity.
Next question. Any cultivation cubes firmed up with existing licensed clients?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Any cultivation cubes firmed up with existing licensed clients?
So yeah, we were able to bring to market out here in Denver one of 4 cultivation cubes in Dixie Elixir. I believe that was what the question was alluding to.
Okay. Next question. Very excited to see a company in this sector that keeps delivering on their promises. What are the 3 things that differentiate you from other cannabis public companies?
So I think the first one being really being able, as they alluded to, being able to execute on our business plan. Having the existing pipeline that we've won and executed on, we will continue to execute that on the services side. Next, once that service is provided and we win that license, we're then able to build out and design that facility ourselves. And then transitioning into operations, we're there to ensure the success of that business, both from a services perspective and then on the product side as well. And so being able to provide that end-to-end solution is huge, not only for our clients, but for the space in general. Next, I would say, we're absolutely on the cutting edge and learning daily about being able to execute on a commercial scale. And then finally, having the international exposure and really having the pipeline to exist and expand the business moving forward.
Next question. How did you develop the relationship with your client in Connecticut? And can you explain what role that played in the Minnesota win? Also, what do you think made your application stand out there?
So Corey and Ellis had the partnership with the Connecticut group, and so we were able to bring them to a license win. Every time we move into a new market, we continue to learn and adapt, not only from a cultivation and a licensing perspective, but really be able to learn from the teams and expand our knowledge of what it takes to win in a merit-based application. And then, yes, I think the learnings from every single state that we've been in allowed us to be successful, along with the team in Minnesota in winning 1 of 2 licenses and being the top scorer there. I can't really disclose, too much around what I know wins, because then I wouldn't have a job. So, we continuously learn and expand our knowledge of the industry and what it takes to win an application in every new market.
Now, Trent, this might be forward-looking, but I'll ask the question. So currently you're in 10 states and Canada. You have 14 clients. You're forecasting 20 states and Canada for 2015, I guess, and 30 clients. So does that mean double revenues since you're doubling states and clients?
So at this time, ACC does not provide any forward-looking numbers.
I kind of figured that. What is the contract value for the Sohum Living Soil Manufacturing Licenses Agreement? So
we have strategically partnered with Coast of Maine in order to them to manufacture the Sohum Living Soil. We expect them to be able to meet the demand of our clients in the broader market. And so really, that partnered with what we know we're going to win, we don't have a set expectation on the true contract value for either entity.
And I don't know if you can answer this question. It's also forward-looking, but what is the revenue trending for full year 2014?
So we will disclose that information. When we need to report, we'll report on time and set up an earnings call to be able to discuss the business as a whole in 2014.
Well, maybe they can figure it out for themselves. What has I guess you've got your numbers for first, second, and third quarter. So in total for the past 3 quarters, what was the revenue?
So for the first 3 quarters, we're approximately at 600K, and so we're very excited about the position that we're in and executing on for the 4th quarter as well, moving into 2015.
Next question, Brazil Interactive Media, what was their business before they merged with you guys?
So I'm not familiar with the business model that Brazil Interactive Media was executing on. That is no longer a piece of this public company, and so I'm not sure.
Next question, can you explain the movement in your stock over the past 2 days?
Honestly, I don't know on that one either. Nothing has changed fundamentally within this business. We have not put out any press release looking at it to the upside or the downside. And really, you know, you get an early holiday gift. It's on sale moving into 2015. So happy holidays to everybody.
What's a trend? I think maybe it may be a lot of cannabis investors are selling their stock to take their losses against their gains at the end of the year. That may be one. That may be one reason. So, yeah, but that's just my suggestion.
Understood.
Well, that concludes our Q&A. Any last comments, Trent?
First, I just want to thank you, Derwin, for putting together an awesome platform for not only companies to share their vision, but to be able to allow investors to understand these companies are out here. They're executing in this space. And so just in closing, I wanted to really drive home the point that ACC is best in class. We are the bellwether of this industry. We were able to show revenue gains, significant revenue gains, both quarter over quarter and year over year, and finally, turn a profit. Nobody else in the space that is specifically focusing on cannabis is doing that. And so thank you, everybody, for listening. Please follow up with any questions that you may have. It's Trent Wolovec at AmericanCannabisConsulting.com. I'm sure, Derwin, you can push out my contact information, and really look forward to continuing to execute on the model for many, many years to come. Happy holiday.
Thank you, Trent. That concludes our presentation. The next presentation.